afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us here today at the Landmark Hotel. We're here to announce our show that we're running on the 19th of December at the Manchester Arena, which will feature the delayed fight for the WBO Middleweight Championship of the World between Andy Lee, the champion from Limerick, Ireland, and Billy Joe Saunders from Hatfield, England.
Just win a world title belt, you don't really want to go fight Golovkin first choice, but obviously it's a money sport. If the money was right, I'll fight him, and I'd be very, very confident of beating him if the fight was made. But you know, he's an hard task to complete, Golovkin. He's got everything there. He's got power. He's got, you know, the boxing ability. He's got everything. So you know, I'm sure there's other big fights out there for me, but in 18 months' time, that fight there will be definitely a 100% fight that I'll take.
I wouldn't let him have it. At the moment, you know, he's got a tough fight with Andy. It's a very tough fight. The Bill comes through it. Let's get it right. You know, Andy's fought at that level, fighting Quillen, and various other fighters. You know, that he's fought at the world champions like Korobov and so forth. And when you look at that John Jackson, you know, they're quality fighters, and I'm quite sure Andy's right what he says. But being able to do what you've got to do against Golovkin, being able to do it, stand there and trade with him, because you know no one has really caught him on the whiskers yet, and he can whack a bit. We know that Andy can punch, but nobody's going to do that. But that's a hard task, and I think Bill, he wins the world title. You know, I'd want to be sort of getting him some more experience as a world champion before putting him in a fight for that. You know, I'm not going to talk rubbish like Chris Eubanks or Johnny English, you know, to be saying that his son is going to be, you know, would beat him now. And he actually asked me to make that fight. I was going to report him to the NSPCC, but it's ridiculous that you'd even go there and talk about, you know, at that level. Bill comes through this fight, you know, and I'm confident with Bill. I'm obviously been with him from day one. I think Bill's got he's got a tough fight, hardest fight of his career. But I believe if he comes through it, then you know we'll look at the route. But he doesn't need to be fighting Golovkin now, and I'm sure there's a truckload of money there. But also, that money will always be there with him because he's going to be around for a while. So that's my opinion of that one.
This fight between me and Billy Joe is a throwback to the great fights of British middleweight history. The Eubanks, even though they were super middleweights, and the Benns. And the main thing is that nobody knows who's going to win the fight. I don't know, and Billy Joe doesn't know. And that's the chance we're taking going in there. It's a risky 50-50 fight. I'm very capable of losing the fight, and I'm very capable of winning the fight. Obviously, I believe I'll win. He believes he'll win. The main thing is that we're both putting it on the line, and we're going to live with the result for the rest of our lives. And that's the biggest thing in this fight. The world title is the world title. I've worked very hard to get it. I'm not going to give it up without a very hard fight. It's going to take a very good man to beat me and take that title from me. But there is a chance I could lose, and that's what makes this fight exciting, that both of us are putting all on the line here. And you got to remember, I come from that generation of yesterday's middleweights where there was Macklin, Murray, Barker and me. And none of us fought each other, and it was a shame. But now there's myself and Billy, rivals in our community and rivals in our division and in world boxing. Number 4 in the ring ratings, number 2 in the ring ratings. And this fight has to happen, you know. Those fights were missed opportunities. They should have happened back then and they didn't. This fight's happening now, and it's a chance for us and for the fans to find out who the best is. And that's why this fight is so important. So I got to commend Billy Joe for wanting the fight, for not hiding behind his reputation or undefeated record. And we're going to go out there and lay it all on the line, and you'll see it on December 19th.
Also, I think this fight here is the winner of this fight. The gate undoes to the Cotto fights, to the Alvarez fights, to the big fights. That's where we worked all our life for. And, you know, like I say, I'm not overlooking Andy Lee, and I'm not underestimating him. And I'm sure, you know, that he's not doing the same. But I know this fight here, if I box to orders and to my game plan, I'll be the new world champion and I'll be in them big fights. So I know there's a lot at stake, and that's what I believe in. And, you know, and obviously them big fights, you're talking big money. And that's what we're in the game for. And, you know, definitely, I'm sure that he's not going to back down in the ring, neither am I. But, you know, but this fight, if this don't happen now, it would never happen. So I think that, you know, people need to start really looking into this as a serious contest. 'Cause this is to the best middleweight really in the UK is, and then
In Europe.
Well, in Europe, yeah. Then to go on and fight, the big names. So I'd like everyone to get behind this fight and, definitely give us the support on the night.